What up, YouTube? Thought I'd do a little update. It's been a long while, I guess. So I did an update. Been wiring up the car, really. Well, that one just went out. Oh well. It's a bad box. But I got the headlights to work, which seemed like it might have took a good little minute to get them to work. Got the tail lights working too. All my bulbs ain't good. They got some bad bulbs. Been doing solder. I just knocked the ground off, but heat shrink and solder. Been using the old connectors as much as I can to make stuff look easier, stuff cleaner too. So like whenever I get ready to paint, pull the connector off, remove the whole rear tail light section like the factory. That's it. Been soldering, heat shrink. I got the Dakota Digital. Also pays to have these. Go on eBay. Cheapest way you can find them. Also got the Dakota Digital though. It's the HDX. The one that changes different colors, all the needles and everything. Changes whatever colors you want. Haven't finished hooking that up. I might hook it up today, tomorrow. One of the two. It's pretty simple hookup though. They give you all the wires and stuff to it. The box is, if you can read instructions, and if you know how to work a test light, I'm pretty sure you can get it hooked up. I also got the shift indicator, which this ain't it, but it's in here somewhere. Actually, it's somewhere in here. But here go the shift indicator. So whenever you put your car in park, park, reverse, drive, neutral, it'll show up on there. So you'll be able to know what gear it's in. Been finishing the wires up in here. I'm pretty much almost done. Like I said, I just got this switch done, so it's not 100% in there. Well, it's not, I ain't soldered it or nothing yet. I just got it to test it because I've been looking and looking and looking, trying to find out how to, this was exactly wired up for everything to continue to work. Got all the wires over there that really just need to be bundled up because I ain't using none of that stuff. That's it, and that's the wires that come with the Dakota Digital Dash. It already gives you your temp sensors and stuff already. So that's another bundle of wire. This is your volts and no, that's not your volts. It's your temp and oil and stuff like that. But Dakota Digital, they give you all their sensors and their wires that's already pre-bundled. So the only thing you got to do is run them straight to the box and you're done. Finally got the brakes to bleed. Had a hell of a time getting them to bleed because I had an air pocket in the rear lines. They wouldn't bleed at all. So once I found that air gap, I was able to get that done. Like I said, you can see they working. I just got done doing them. Look pretty good. Pretty much it. Got the relays for the fans hooked up. All that's ran nice and neat. All through the front, nice and neat. Back around, everything's got this nice loom on it. I had to put this old loom up here in the front, just in case I want to get to some wires again. It's easy access, but other than that, I got the new loom on everything else. Everything else is pretty much hid and out the way. Only thing I still got to do is route these wires, but I need to get my fender wells done. I need to paint them or clean them, do something to get them in here so I can set the battery right here and then find out exactly what the length of my wires need to be. And so I got the fans hooked up, well, wired up. I need to wait on a temperature sensor, 180 sensor. I'm gonna put it right here in the radiator. Or I could tap a spot in the water pump, but it's easier just to thread this shit right here. And that'll be my my switch to turn it on as soon as it hits 180. Other than that, I'm able to drive the car. I haven't moved it nowhere but probably like 2 inches because that battery's real low. I'm jumping it up with a jump box just to get the lights and stuff to work. But I got my drive shaft in. Ordered that from Summit. Had to change the U-joint on it because it was the wrong U-joint for the rear end. For the Impala rear end. Other than that, went in fine. Probably need to paint it on like that white, but for right now, hey, it'll work. That's it. I got all that stuff hooked up. Only thing I need to still test really is the turn signals, which the only thing I need to do is hook up the 2 lights and the wires, because it's not going, you're not going to get front signals if the 2 front wires aren't hooked up. These 2 on each side need to be hooked up because the tail lights is hooked up. Then once you got that complete circuit, they'll work just fine. So that's pretty much what I gotta do up here still. And like I said, I'm really finished wiring the the front half of the car, the back half. I'm just inside, which is pretty much done. Like I said, just gotta do the dash, run a hot, constant hot, ignition hot, ground, and run the backup lights from that from the transmission on up. Do my dome light, my third brake light, which is you can't really see it, it's hanging down, and figure out how to wire up the sunroof, which got all these loose wires that's going to it, but figure out which ones is what powers what. And I'm gonna use the put a makeshift relay on here, but figure out I got some window switch power and lock power, which is an all manual car, so I'm gonna use probably those wires to power my sunroof. I got all brand new weather stripping, all brand new of these moldings, which ain't bad, it's just cracked. When I paint it, which I got the paint, whenever I painted them to take all this off, I would probably leave. I might take this off, take all this chrome off. Only chrome that ain't gonna get taken off is this one. This one gonna get left on more than likely. This and this, ain't no reason to take that off. Like I said, brand new weather stripping. And the only other thing I got to do is mount my seats. This was a bench car, so it's only got mounts here and right here, but it don't have them on the other side. So I got the mounts. Just need to sit the seat down, put the mounts in, make sure it's square or where I like to sit at, and weld them in, then come back through, scuff this floor up, paint it, and then I might take it like right to like the edge of the back seat, because I really need to cut my tubs out and mini tub it. I need to bring it back like 1/2 inch to 1 inch in the tub, even though my rims is they're not 100% flush inside. I got a few. If it comes down low enough, it'll probably hit. So I could bring it a lot lower if I shorten my rear end another inch on each side, so I can take full advantage of my frame notch, which that's what I get for not measuring the rims before I cut the rear end and got all that done. Not knowing that they were 11 inches wide instead of 10 or 9s. So, like I said, do that little work. But for right now, I'm gonna ride it how it is, even if it's a little high in the back. I'll bring it down some. I'll just keep the spring rate real stiff. Like I said, cut these tubs out, cut the inner tub out, move it in like 1 inch so I can get the full amount, and then weld it back, and then fill in that the leftover gap, and then we're gonna get to painting. A little body work here and there, a little small scratches. It ain't nothing serious for me to fix. So just thought I'd give a little update. I'm getting somewhere, but not, you know, not a whole bunch. Like I said, I drove it, but it ain't made it out the garage. I just seen if the transmission was any good. I put the shift kit in it, so I ain't want, you know, all that money and stuff that I put in that transmission only for it not to go anywhere. I just needed to see if it was going to shift or not. So it shifts and it goes in gear and it goes forward and backwards. So we'll see how it actually performs when I get it on the road, when I get some exhaust, which once I get these few little wire things done, I can put it on the actual street and get the exhaust done. So it's just my update for now, YouTube.